investor sentiment on China is already very low. What do you make of it?
Well, that's absolutely right. I think a lot of investors are thinking about exiting China. Sentiment is uber bearish. And if you look at China's growth, that is really starting to slow because they have withdrawn the stimulus, I guess, prematurely. You had a very strong first quarter, and then they took their foot off the pedal, and then the economy is starting to roll over. If you look at youth unemployment is hitting record highs, and it's going to ratchet up even higher. You look at household deposits, they're at all-time high because it reflects a real lack of confidence. If you look at local government finances, they're in complete disarray, right? Because the land sales have collapsed due to the ailing property sector. And, buyers and lenders alike, there's really no confidence. And exports, which have been a major engine of growth for China over the last couple of years, that's really starting to sputter because of the global growth slowdown, as well as this shift away from China as US and other countries de-risk from this China's supply chain. So the outlook is not great and sentiment is uber bearish, but what is in the price, right? If you look at valuations, they're close to historic lows. They are close to October lows.
Okay. So it can't get any worse is what you're saying, and a compelling value argument to be made. So let's take a step back and continue down this geopolitics and tech war path. We were talking to an expert earlier on, and we were asking whether or not we had Chinese officials saying, look, the ban on gallium and also germanium exports, that could just be the beginning. We could go even harder. Who knows, maybe the next thing they target for restrictions is rare earth metals. But that expert also said that is unlikely because with an economy this weak and very few options left, the government does not want to ratchet up U.S.-China tensions, especially on the tech front. Do you agree?
I would say that it is probably more rhetoric. They don't want to ratchet it up. In fact, if you look at what China's doing, they are re-engaging the world in a much bigger way, right? You are seeing a lot more engagement at the high level. And I think that will mean that U.S.-China tensions may just stay at these sort of levels and may not get worse. Because if you look at what's happening, certainly from the U.S. perspective, I mean, China bashing is something that has bipartisan support. And as we head to the U.S. elections next year, right? I mean, why do we want to argue about things that we both agree on, right? So I think the focus may shift. And so what I think is that this geopolitical tensions is here to stay. It is already at a high level and it's priced in.